Scott with Cubs Adventures, and I'm coming to you from Auburn, Alabama, here at Jordan-Hare Stadium, where Arkansas will take on the Auburn Tigers. Well, make sure that you subscribe, like, and click on all the icons for Football Matters. Enjoy the show.
Okay, welcome back to Football Matters. This is Week 10, review/preview. First, we're going to review last week. Arkansas Razorbacks went to Auburn to face the Tigers, and it went about exactly as everyone thought it would. I was one off. If you go back and you watch my original prediction video, I was one game off from when the coach would get fired. I thought it'd be the bye week before the Arkansas game. Turns out they waited till after the Arkansas game to fire him. I'll get into that in a second. For the review, though, Rocket had 171 rushing yards. KJ had 200-plus receiving yards. KJ rushed for 2 touchdowns. Rocket is the fastest player in Arkansas history to hit 1,000 rushing yards in a season. That's pretty astounding considering the running backs we've had here in the past. And so our defensive backfield looked very good this week. We got a lot of players healthy again. Hudson Clark is really coming on in the safety area. He's coming up onto the line. He's dropping back. He's doing really, really good. So all those people that were mad at me week 1 and 2 for what I said about him, he's in a different position. He's doing great. He's a great player at that spot. My original prediction for this game, going into the game, was 52-31. I wasn't too far off. It was 41-27. And let's face it, that last touchdown that Auburn scored was garbage because they were playing against our backups. But our defensive backfield kept the passing yards down very good. They did rush. Ashford is elusive, if that's the word you want to use. He's very fast, he's very quick, and they got Tank Bigsby back there, who's a very good running back. Probably a Sunday running back. He's going to be playing at the next level. So that's the Auburn-Arkansas game from Week 10. Now, before I jump into the preview area of this video, I want to discuss some topics that came up from the Auburn game. During the game, at the bottom of the screen, they were flashing that Auburn was interviewing a new athletic director. And I truly believe that's why they have not fired Harsin as of that game, because they didn't want the same situation they were in with Harsin, where a committee pretty much hired the coach. They wanted an athletic director that could put his stamp, like I attach my name to this coach. That's what athletic directors do. And apparently Mr. Hunter Yurachek, the athletic director of Arkansas, was offered $2 million by Auburn to take the job, and he declined it. I completely do not blame him for declining it. Auburn is a booster nightmare. So, you know, it's good and bad when your athletic director is getting offered higher paid positions. But Harsin was fired Monday after the game. Everybody knew it was coming. I was one game off on my prediction of when he would get fired. And Dominique Johnson tore his ACL, second time in a year. He's only played 4 games this year, so he can medically redshirt. However, does he come back? And if he does come back, he's probably battling for third on the depth chart of running back with all of his injuries. You have Rocket, who's the #1 running back in Arkansas right now, and will be next year too. Then you got DeBinion, you got AJ Green, and if Dominique comes back, you have him. So Dominique and AJ would probably be battling for that third spot. And now on to more coach talk. now that Auburn has an athletic director, there's some names bouncing around of who they're going to hire, such as Hugh Freeze, who Arkansas is facing this week. I've heard Bobby Petrino. You hear all these names. Stoops, Lincoln Riley already might be leaving USC, is what they're saying. I'm going to tell you right now who I think they're going to hire as a head coach: Deion Sanders. And the reason for this is because there's some lawsuits going on in the NFL that they're going to want to get ahead of. They're going to want to prove that they're not discriminating in the hiring process. And it's not just that. He is a good head coach. He's done amazing things at his college at Jackson State. And where Auburn is located, they have to recruit Florida. Who can recruit Florida better than Prime? I mean, I'm going out right now saying that I believe the next head coach at Auburn University is going to be Deion Sanders. Now, I'd like to send a thank you to Steven from Cubs Adventures for that footage, being live at the game. Probably a pretty exciting game for you. Probably not so much for the people that you were with, though, I'm guessing. But thank you for that. Everyone go to Cubs Adventures and like, comment, share, subscribe to him also. Linked in the description below. And now on to the preview of this coming week. We're facing Liberty University in Arkansas. I believe it's the homecoming game. They have two quarterbacks. I'll be honest with you, I've not watched them play. I've just looked up their stats. One of their quarterbacks has thrown for 939 yards. The other one has thrown for 776 yards, but has 206 yards rushing. That would be the one Arkansas would probably have more of a difficult time with. They have a running back that has 821 rushing yards named Hunter, and then they have a receiver named Douglas. Okay, looking at their receiving stats, Douglas is their guy. I expect McLovin and Clark to double team this guy and just shut him down. I mean, they're going to have to because this guy is awesome. Their defensive line has over 20 sacks combined. My original score was going to be Hogs 42, Liberty 24. My current prediction is Hogs 42, Liberty 24. I'm going to stay with my original prediction for the first time all season. My players of the game, defensively, Drew Sanders. I think he has over 2 sacks this week. And my offensive player of the week is going to be Warren Thompson. I know, right? He's been there. He's been there a while, and we hadn't really said his name too much. Last week, I saw some things that made me go, oh, wow, him and KJ are starting to hook up. And I think he's very good because you're going to have Landers and Hazelwood over here, and you're going to have Thompson over here with Trey Knox intervening as the other receiver there. But I figure Warren Thompson's going to have a breakout game this week against Liberty. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Go check out Cubs Adventures. Thank you again, Steven, for that video. And remember, it's a game. It's only a game.